Hello, everybody. My name is Ray. Welcome to the Evangelical Dark Web. Today, we're going to be talking about the He Gets Us campaign, and we're going to be talking about Max Lucado and his involvement with the He Gets Us campaign. Now, this is not exactly the newest information out there, but it is something that no one's really talked about, and that's why we're going to talk about it today. This is also part of a larger story, larger research that I'm working on. Last week we talked about The Chosen and the sermons that The Chosen and the Come and See Foundation produced that they want pastors to preach. And these are very much prosperity gospel sermons. Today, we're going to be talking about Max Lucado and his involvement with the He Gets Us campaign. This is all part of the same story of a colossal network of big money and big Evas. So, this colossal network that's being built to promote and astroturf things like The Chosen, which might not be astroturf, that there might be a legit grassroots movement to it. The He Gets Us campaign is completely astroturfed onto the broader population, and it's not something that is a Christian message because it's not presenting Jesus in an honest light. It's presenting him in a relatable light to make Jesus likable. And that is definitely the theme from the material that I'm seeing on the He Gets Us campaign. So we're going to talk about this and Max Lucado's involvement. Now, I want to talk about Max Lucado for a second. I would view Max Lucado as someone who has apostatized. I would view him as someone who is the Andy Stanley of Texas. Andy Stanley, pro-gay, mega-churchianity, and that's pretty much what Max Lucado is, except Max Lucado is a prolific author and someone who also knows how to get people to ghostwrite his books or compile previous writings of his into more books and more books in different combinations. So he's very much a prolific author on top of being the Andy Stanley of Texas. And Max Lucado is pretty much pro-homosexuality, just like Andy Stanley is, just like Ed Stetzer is, which we're going to talk about in a second. We talked about Ed Stetzer a few weeks ago on this issue, but Ed Stetzer is also involved with the He Gets Us campaign. And the same people that are pushing the He Gets Us campaign are also pushing The Chosen. And it's part of this giant network of Big Eva and Big Money. It's called Glue, and we talked about Glue in the past, but this is where I'm finding a lot of this stuff. So it's a network that is being built, is definitely being monetized, and it's going to lead people astray, and it's going to push very unbiblical things onto both evangelicalism and even broader Christendom and the broader population as well, like The Chosen. It's not just an evangelical show. It's, in fact, something that caters to Catholics pretty heavily, especially, with his views on Mary and stuff. So, anyway, we're going to talk about this, but first, I want to let you know, Evangelical Dark Web is a Christian news gathering and commentary ministry. Again, this story is more of the news gathering portion, and this is our Patreon-like system. You can support us over at evangelicaldarkweb.org/join. Otherwise, you can like this video, subscribe to the channel if you are new. So, again, we haven't talked about the He Gets Us campaign in a while. Haven't talked about Max Lucado since 2021. So it's definitely been a while for that. And this is a video. It is produced by Glue. It is part of the Engaging Culture series produced by the He Gets Us campaign with Max Lucado. So here's Max Lucado kind of talking about his involvement in the He Gets Us campaign with Ed Stetzer. And Ed Stetzer's a really bad dude. Ed Stetzer's someone who's failed upward. We talked a lot about Ed Stetzer failing upward in evangelicalism. I believe he's now with Biola University and their Dean of Theology, I want to say. So that's a little bit about Ed Stetzer. Max Lucado, again, we've already described him. Both of these guys are pro-gay, by the way, and super liberal. So this is Max Lucado talking about his love for the He Gets Us campaign.
written countless books on other topics. You've allowed some of your resources to be brought together in this book. He Gets Us. Why does Max Lucado care about engaging skeptics and explorers?
Well, thank you so much, Ed, for letting me be in this conversation. And hello to you and hello to David. It's really an honor to have this privilege. And it's really an honor to be a part of the He Gets Us movement. I'm kind of a latecomer to the He Gets Us movement. I came along as a participant in this published element of it. But I cannot remember in my lifetime when I have been more excited, more encouraged, and more willing to participate in some type of movement that is so pure. It's just pure-hearted. It's pure. Our ambition is simply to create an encounter between people and the amazing personality of Jesus. You know, the phrase that's bantered about in political circles.
I want to pause right there because how he's framing the He Gets Us campaign is trying to frame it as a movement. And it's really just a lucrative marketing campaign in the sense that it's lucrative because they've suckered a lot of people out of some money uh, on such low quality advertisements. I mean, most of the money's going for ad placement because if you watch sports, you see that He Gets Us banners in the stadiums or maybe a commercial even. But and perhaps you've seen their billboards. The He Gets Us campaign is everywhere, and the engagement is very low. And the people behind the He Gets Us campaign, we exposed this way back in February. They're liberals and they're not really Christians. They even got some people who are anti the church making commercials and content for the Chosen. It's or not the Chosen, for the He Gets Us campaign. I mean, they are kind of the same thing, though. Let's be real. Um, so, with that said, he views it as a movement, but this is really just something that's astroturfed with a lot of money behind it. It's not a genuine movement. These are very vacuous commercials that don't really engage the viewer. The viewer can just look at that, brush it off, and maybe chuckle at them, not with them. But that's the He Gets Us campaign.
Let's stay on message. And the Democrats want to stay on message. The Republicans want to stay on message. The Libertarians want to stay on message. And the meaning behind that is let's understand what our story is and let's stick to that. Stick to that. And what I love about He Gets Us is it's all about our message, the wonderful person of Jesus Christ. You know, just go upriver to our message. And our message is God entered the world in the form of a human being and displayed unprecedented, unparalleled passion and love and devotion for us to give us a picture of God. He's the only picture of God ever taken. And for a person to embrace the Christian hope is for a person to embrace Jesus. That's it. And so that's what I love about it. I love that this story is not right wing, it's not left wing, it's not trying to get people to vote a certain way. None of that. It's all about Jesus, and I believe that that's why genuinely I'm so honored, so excited to be a part of it.
Well, I like where we're starting because I think ultimately this cultural moment that we're in is one that is challenging, but also has great opportunity. When we talk about culture and Jesus, one of the things we found in some of the
So we're going to stop right there. The other guy in that video is the dude from Barna. So we have Glue, which is kind of the glue holding all this together. We got the He Gets Us campaign. We got Outreach Media Group, OMG, which is Ed Stetzer's group. And then we have the He Gets Us campaign and the Chosen. It's a very large network of Big Eva and Big Money. And we're just kind of exposing a little bit of it right here. Now, again, Max Lucado is viewing this as a movement, and it's not really a movement. He thinks that this is a message about telling the story of Jesus. It's not telling the story of Jesus, because are they telling the gospel? Are they proclaiming the gospel? Are they letting us know that Jesus rose from the dead for the people's sins? No, they're not letting us know any of that. It's not the gospel. They're not telling the good news. They're not convicting the sinner of their sin. They're not providing hope for the sinner. They're trying to make Jesus likable. That's the goal of the He Gets Us campaign. It's to make Jesus likable, because they think Jesus is naturally likable. And the hard truth is, he wasn't naturally likable because he wasn't all that liked in his own day and age. If you read the words of Jesus, he talked a lot about how much people did not believe after seeing all the miracles that he performed. And he even said that if Sodom and Gomorrah had seen the miracles, they would have repented. So that's a little bit more about Jesus's message, not that, he let his hair down. So with that said, that's just the start of what I'm uncovering. Last week we did talk about the Chosen and their role in this network. And we got more to say on this topic, so don't forget to like and subscribe. Have a blessed day. We will catch you on the next one.